What is good, team? We're officially members of MuscleWorks Bethnal Green, and what a journey it's been over the last couple of weeks. Number one, trying to find a spot to train, but number two, trying to find a decent spot to train. So this is probably like one of the most iconic bodybuilding gyms in all of the UK. So very thrilled to be training here, just more so for like the vibe. Tons of IFBB pros training here, myself included. If you're in London, come train with me. But just a cool space to train in. The equipment's really cool. Lots of like new stuff, old stuff. But yeah, pretty cool like bodybuilding environment. So very excited to rip into today's session. But it's really kind of taught me as well. I spoke about this on like our last video around like things worth doing require effort. And I think adjusting to our new life here has been a little bit of acclimatization in the sense that we have to travel a little bit further to get to the gym. So we obviously don't have a car. London's like notoriously bad for driving, so we get the train everywhere. So basically, we kind of just had to adjust our day a little bit. We walk down to the train station, which gets most of our steps in for the day, jump on the train, about a 30-minute train ride to here, and then about a 5-10-minute walk to the gym. So we get tons of steps in, which is good for me because I need to hit 12,000 steps a day. But I digress. So we kick off today's session, upper body day pull. It's like back, delts, biceps. So pretty cool old school chest supported incline row here. This will probably be my last warm-up set. Feel it out. I got one heavy top set, and then we'll decide on what load we want to use for this. One more plate. That was nice. One top set, 6 to 8 reps, so it was 8, 4 plates. So it'll be nice to have a consistent place to train now because I can log my progressions. But that'll be increased for next week. Alright, so on to movement number 2. Session's like primary emphasis lat, so lots of single arm pulling, single arm lat pull down on this. And then I want to try and find, again, this is all new, trying to figure out where everything is. Try and find like a Nautilus Nitro pull down equivalent to something that's really short and biased. More of like an angled high pull type setup. So let's see what's around. But this feels nice, 2 sets, 10 to 15 reps here. So, single arm, this is the hammer strength isolateral pull down, which I really like. It's like that high row lat pull down variation, really, really lat bias. So with this done, I do have the D handle attached on just for that little bit extra range of motion, a little bit more freedom of the wrist. It does feel a lot nicer, not having to grip that fixed handle because it's a bit awkward there. But really, really bitey in the bottom. So 2 sets here, 10 to 15 reps each. Alright, you guys know what's up. These have been in rotation for like the last 4 or 5 months now. And they're still hard as ever. Single arm, dumbbell curls. So it's always funny going to different gyms when they do, like have different loads. Especially the dumbbells if they go up like 2 kilos, 2.5 kilos. So like 24 was a struggle. This gym only goes up by 2.5, so we're at 25s this week. I did get 10 at 24. So if I get 8, 9, or 10 at 25s, I'll be very happy. So, see how we go. Yo, that's heavy. I think this is a good point to bring up with arm training specifically, like biceps. If you do have lagging biceps or you're struggling to grow your biceps, it's doing you no favors letting your ego take over. So what I mean by that is, you'll notice when I do this, I'm really supported, I'm really locked in, and I'm just flexing at the elbow. So I'm just putting my biceps under tension. I'm not using momentum, I'm not swinging, I'm not lifting my shoulder to move the load. and I'm only letting my progress dictate the load. So if I don't stay within the rep target with good range of motion, sound execution, and perfect technique, I'm not going to increase the load. And I think that's the case for a lot of people with biceps in particular. You don't need to lift super heavy. It's not necessarily about how heavy you lift. I've said this a million times. It's how well you lift and how well you translate tension to the muscles you're trying to train. Arms are so swollen. All right, so to wrap up this pull, biceps, and delt session, we're finishing the delts. 2 sets of cable, like lateral raises, and then 2 sets of rear delt flies. So this one, doing like the cross cable, almost like a crucifix raise, really, really nasty. Very hard in that mid to shorten position, so hard at the top. Not much stretch in the bottom, but again, that's why we have different variations throughout the week where we bias different stuff. Go, good, bro. So, especially when it comes to delts, it's always great variation. Great idea to have different variations. Ones that target the lengthen, ones that target the mid, ones that target the shorten. Because there was actually a cool study that looked at that, and there was no difference in muscle hypertrophy outcomes, but it's just added variation to train the muscle through its entire, I guess, contractile range, and be able to give it as much fullness, roundness, shape as you can possibly do by training it from different angles, different positions. PP. All right, to wrap this up, last exercise, cable rear delt flies. So one thing this whole journey has taught me, especially traveling and training in different gyms, is just to be really adaptable. And I think far too many people get caught up in having the optimal program, doing the same stuff over and over again, and really being perfect. When I think perfection is something that you can chase, but you're never gonna get there. So as long as you are giving it your all, you are training hard, you're sticking to a somewhat structured plan in the sense that you train the same things, similar movement patterns, you're training with a high degree of effort, I think that's really what counts. So for me, it's man, we've been in 4 or 5 different cities, we've trained in about 15 different gyms, life has been all over the place, but one thing that's remained constant is just how I've trained and the things that I've been doing on a day-to-day basis. While it might not be ideal in that sense, I've probably made the best progress I've ever had because I've had so much fun and I haven't let it stress me out too much, where I think I spoke about this is the results are in the journey, and it's the sum total of the things that you do or that accumulate over time that lead to results. And we won a pro card doing that, and we're doing our first pro show doing that. So if I can do it, anyone else out there can do it. I'm just a regular kid from the central coast of New South Wales in Australia. All right, so that session is done and dusted, wrapped up for another day. Pull, delts, biceps in the books, at a fucking crazy gym. So life is good. So because we're kind of traveling gym gypsies at the moment, we're basically just packed up our whole lives each day, so we can come out, train, eat, hang out, and do the whole travel thing. So I brought my post-workout meal with me. Very, very bodybuilder of me, obviously. Chicken, rice, a little bit of veggies, and some fruit in typical Kyle fashion. Very, very exciting. Kiwi. And as any bodybuilder out there on prep will know, the baby cutlery comes in handy. So baby fork for today for this meal, and then baby spoon for cream of rice tonight. So that is us done and dusted, guys. I will see you tomorrow. What are we training tomorrow? I think we've got upper body, maybe. Push, delts, triceps, I think. And I've got my 1100 gram carbohydrate day as well. So I'll take you guys through a full day of eating and an upper body push workout. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. But as always, if you get any value from this content at all, it means the world to me if you like, comment, share, most importantly, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow for some food and some push.